people. Disturbing.
Of course we are!
All the crew and the craft managed to get ashore.
Few parts of Britain are likely to escape. In the Scottish Highlands, where 4 climbers died last Tuesday, an avalanche warning remains in force. Mountain experts say there's a considerable risk of further falls, and the storms are moving north. Chris West, BBC News.
Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif has narrowly escaped an assassination attempt which killed at least 3 people. The bomb also damaged several vehicles when it exploded under a bridge near Lahore, which Mr Sharif was due to cross. Police suggested a group of his former political allies may have been responsible. Here, hundreds of pupils at a secondary school near Rotherham were called in today to be given antibiotics after 2 teenagers died from meningitis on New Year's Eve. As an extra precaution, parents from the school are being given advice on how to spot symptoms of the disease.
Throughout the day, there was a constant stream of children with their parents filing into Wath Comprehensive School. Inside, away from public attention, pupils, more than 1,700 of them, were given antibiotics. At the same time, their mothers and fathers received advice from trained medical staff on how to spot the symptoms of meningitis.
They're being offered this special antibiotic which clears the germ from the throat, a drink of water to help to get it down, and tomorrow they'll be coming back to the school and be offered an immunisation.
It's the second time in recent years that Rotherham Health Authority have been forced to offer an emergency immunisation programme against meningitis following the deaths of pupils. In this latest tragedy, the 2 teenagers who died on New Year's Eve, Claire Wilkinson, who was 14, and Adam Rawson, aged 15, are believed to have fallen ill after meeting up at a Christmas party away from the school.
It just alarms people, doesn't it? You know, meningitis, you think. And obviously that's why so many people have turned up.
Pupils have been told that they'll have to turn up again tomorrow for the second stage of the health operation. Then all 1,750 pupils will be given an injection. Lessons will begin again on Wednesday. Richard Wells, BBC News, Wath Comprehensive School.
The comedian Ernie Wise is stable and out of intensive care at a hospital in Florida after suffering 2 heart attacks within a week. But his wife said tonight that the 73-year-old was still in a fragile condition. The NASA mission to explore Mars blasted off from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida without a hitch tonight. The Mars Polar Lander, which will take a year to reach the planet, will be looking for water and listening too for any sounds on the surface. Jane Bennett-Powell reports.
6.
There'd been concerns about wind speeds at high altitudes, but the launch went as planned.
We have ignition. We have liftoff of the Delta II rocket carrying the Mars Polar Lander, NASA's first visit to the red planet's southern pole.
Here's how it looked through the onboard camera. 8:21 British time, mid-afternoon in Florida.
Guidance system continues to control well. Main engine, both verniers continue to burn well. Range distance 400.
On schedule, the space team watched the various stages of the rocket deployed and jettisoned.
We just entered closed loop guidance. System continues to control well. MECO. Main engines have cut off. Verniers continue to burn. And we have good stage separation.
After an 11-month journey, the lander will use its camera to chart the surface and an onboard microphone to record what sounds there might be. A mechanical scoop will gather rock and soil. 2 smaller craft will have detached and crash-landed to then burrow a metre into the ground. The samples will be heated to detect any water vapour. Scientists hope they'll be able to prove conclusively that, as expected, there's water on Mars, and so there could once have been life. Jane Bennett-Powell, BBC News.
Football and Manchester United have been drawn against Liverpool in the 4th round of the FA Cup after beating Middlesbrough 3-1 at Old Trafford. Earlier, Liverpool beat First Division Port Vale 3-0 in their 3rd round tie.
Manchester United faced a Middlesbrough side clearly determined to repeat its win at Old Trafford in the Premiership 2 weeks ago. After United had enjoyed all the play, Borough took the lead early in the second half through Andy Townsend. The frustration of the home fans was short-lived, however, when Ryan Giggs laid on a stunning equaliser by Andy Cole. Then, with just 9 minutes remaining, Nicky Butt was fouled and Dennis Irwin's penalty put United in front. A third goal for United by Giggs right on full time was a fair reflection of their domination, but a big disappointment for Middlesbrough. First Division Port Vale must have had dreams of another of their giant killing acts, this time against Liverpool. But Michael Owen had other ideas, scoring on his FA Cup debut courtesy of a penalty, despite claims he made a meal of the challenge.
It's Michael Owen. Oh, just about.
Shortly before half-time, a free kick from Patrick Berger set up Paul Ince for Liverpool's second. In spite of Port Vale's best efforts in the second half, it was the skills of Owen once again which created Robbie Fowler's goal and guaranteed Liverpool an intriguing battle with Manchester United in the fourth round. Paul Newman, BBC News.
In Scotland, the Old Firm derby between Rangers and Celtic finished 2-2. Against the run of play, Alan Stubbs put Celtic ahead in the 39th minute. But Gabriel Amato brought Rangers level with his header before half-time. And the Argentinians' persistence set up Rangers' second, converted by Rod Wallace. But Henrik Larsson made it 2-2 shortly afterwards, his follow-up header just beating Klos in the Rangers' goal. The result leaves Rangers 4 points clear of Kilmarnock at the top of the Premier League, with Celtic a further 6 points behind in third. England's cricketers face a struggle to get back into the fifth and final Ashes Test when they resume play in a few hours' time. They start the third day in Sydney 115 runs behind Australia after being bowled out in their first innings for just 220.
The euphoria of the past week has taken a bit of a hammering. Stewart's dismissal the first blow to morale, and nothing annoys England supporters more than Shane Warne taking wickets. He was back doing it again in his first over of the series. Hussain, however, made Australia suffer, slamming one straight at Justin Langer. And Graham Hick produced England's best moment, the only 6 of the innings. But, as so often, the promise not quite fulfilled. Hick caught by Warne for 23, while Hussain got to 42 before going no further. It had become a frustrating trend. Crawley also unable to go on to make a truly decisive score.
Straight to Mark Taylor.
Stuart McGill, Warne's heir apparent, finished England off to take his 5th wicket of the innings. With Australia more than 100 in front, England now need another remarkable bowling performance to lift spirits once more.
The game's never dead after 2 days, but we need a big session tomorrow. They're absolutely up for having a big session, and it'll be not for the one to try.
England would dearly love a spinner like Shane Warne or Stuart McGill. The lack of one will most likely decide this match. Michael Peshart, BBC News, Sydney.
And there'll be live coverage of the cricket throughout the night on Radio 4 Longwave, starting at midnight. But that's all from the newsroom. Good night.
Hello, well there's more stormy weather for us for tonight and tomorrow, all down to this area of low pressure that's going to zip its way past northern Britain. Now you can see the tightly packed isobars there, that indicates that it is going to be very windy indeed. So we have got some stormy weather to contend with. First of all, heavy rain sweeping its way eastwards during tonight, and then those winds picking up even greater as we go through to tomorrow morning, into up to 70 miles an hour in some places. The areas most at risk from disruption are going to be Northern Ireland, Scotland and also Northern England. Now we've got a lot of wet weather crossing the country at the moment. By dawn that'll be blown in many places completely clean away, but down to the south we will keep cloud and some drizzly rain here. Temperatures tonight, they're then around 10 to 11, further north around 4 to 6. For Monday morning we keep the cloud and rain in the south, more coming back during the day. Further north it's a question of sunshine and squally showers accompanied by those gale force winds. Temperatures in the south 12.
As a transsexual, I'm very lucky because I've got very good legs.
Meet Jackie, 28. She stays up late at night.
People think you can easily go out on the street, but they don't realise it's not easy sleeping with men you don't know, you know. And if I don't have a good drink before I go out, I cannot do it. It's taken me a long time to get to where I am. I'm not frightened of people anymore. I'm not frightened of what people say or what people think of me. I'm a prostitute. It's my business to earn money.
Meet the people of Paddington Green, tomorrow at 9:30 on BBC One.
This is Amy. She's in denial.
The reason you want Spike in your loft space is because you really want him in your bed.
Spike's Amy's lodger and ex-husband.
Just suppose, secretly, I really wanted a physical relationship.
What, with me?
And this is Tam, their daughter's fiancé and Amy's ex-lover.
No one wants an unemployed intellectual. By the way, he didn't get that job.
Oh no, how tragic.
They've all got some unfinished business. A new series starts next Sunday at 10:10 on BBC One.
A psychiatrist's confidant turns violent in the second of BBC One's films tonight. Erotic tension with Annabella Sciorra and Jamie Sheridan. Whispers in the Dark is at midnight. Madness on the motorway first on BBC One, and that's only the start of it. Times are tough for Michael Douglas in Falling Down.
Hello? Are you talking to me?
Yes, it's you. What's your question?
Okay, I want to know how old you have to be.
You're going on. You don't have time to stand up in the crowd with a style on your own. You've got what it takes. You're able to call the shots. You're on the job with the right stuff. That's why you can tell stories we'll be reporting on in the next half hour. One dead in freeway pileup.
Just tell him, damn it.
Cul-de-sac killer strikes again.
Give him some coffee. You
State
tell him.
unemployment
Give
hits
him.
an all-time high.
Ollie, look, get him some coffee. Get him some cookies. Keep him. He has to stay alive. Give him a phone.
And of course, there is still time over the tail in
Transition from the 10 to the 10. At the 4-level interchange, there's a motorcycle down with injuries. Left lane to the southbound 51 This north of Mission Boulevard are closed due to the jackknife.